The RiverBrink Art Museum is proud to present a wonderful new exhibit entitled A Family Palette.
It brings together the work of three artists who are all in the same family: Franz Johnston, his daughter Frances-Anne Johnston, and her husband Franklin Arbuckle. So the Ottawa Art Gallery got a donation of work, which included work by Frances-Anne Johnston. And I had never known about her before, and I started reaching out to my colleagues and realized that there was a lot of research that had to be done. And then we realized that she was part of this amazing family of artists. So after doing some research, reaching out to the family, we found all of these works in amazing private and institutional collections, and we brought it all together for the first time for this show.
The exhibition tells the story of an artistic family and sheds light on their contribution to the development of Canadian art.
Franz Johnston, we probably all know him the best. He's a founding member of the Group of Seven, so very much in that style. His son-in-law, Franklin Arbuckle, was actually an illustrator, a Canadian illustrator, and he did over 100 covers for Maclean's magazine. So really amazing portraits and landscapes across the country. And Frances-Anne Johnston, she was sort of relegated, working in a patriarchal society, relegated to the home, and did some amazing still lifes. So out of the three of them, Frances-Anne Johnston is the least known. And so I really see this as a feminist recovery project. And when you come to the exhibition, most of the work is hers that you're going to see. And I love that it's here at the RiverBrink Art Museum because she's doing work from her home. She's painting in her bedrooms, in her kitchen, in her living room. And we're bringing you into her space here where she's doing her still lifes depicting furniture and objects.
The RiverBrink Art Museum is very excited to be hosting the exhibition.
I am very conscious of our historical collection. Fits very nicely with Frances-Anne Johnston, although we do not have the representation of women artists that the accomplishment and achievements of women artists are not properly reflected in our collection. So it was really exciting to bring in this new and I'll be honest, even as an art historian myself, I was not that familiar with Frances-Anne. So Rebecca's work has been really interesting for me to learn. Plus, we also have 4 works by Franz Johnston in our collection. Nothing by Arbuckle, but there was that connection, and thinking that our audience would really respond to this show.
She was working in a patriarchal society where, she was always considered the artist's daughter or the artist's wife because she, and she had it double, right? With a very famous father and a very famous husband. And so her work just didn't get as much attention. Often in the media and the articles, she was branded as such. And there's a really wonderful quote. She said people would come up to her all the time and say, "Oh, you're Franz Johnston's daughter. No wonder you can paint." And her response to that would be, as if painting could be inherited like blue eyes or dimples. She was a very strong, bold woman who had a lot of talent and worked very hard, even though she was regulated to the home.
A family palette will be on display at the RiverBrink Art Museum until August 19th. In Niagara, you're watching The Source.